The difference between us is that I can feel pain.
Sounds like a real boogeyman once Freddy's coming for you.
Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
It's got a death curse.
This isn't science. It's more like black magic.
Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper.
Hello, my Night Owl friends, and welcome to another edition of Pumpkinhillradio. We're back. This is Travis Wyrmwood, and
I'm Dawson Trailer.
yeah, nice. A
You know
little,
about
little
it,
lot of fun there, but yeah.
Hey, I had to think about
the
it.
round
Am
mound
I-
of pound of Dawson Trailer, I
Who
would
the
like to
hell
say.
am
Welcome to the Cult of the Star Mother at Pumpkinhill Radio. You were initiated, and any new listeners, I want to say welcome. I know we're going to a few events in the next couple
Doors
months.
wide
so,
open.
Yeah. If you met us at the event, what's up?
What
And,
up?
glad to have you here. We got a nice one for you today. As I started doing last week, we're going to have chapters in the episode description. That's just going to, at the beginning of each episode, we usually talk about horror for us this week, and it goes into some just mostly magical concepts and stuff, or anything really. But then there's usually more of a meaty topic. I know today I got something on. The big one is going to be our summer Halloween bracket challenge.
Yeah, we
Or
got
whatever we want to call it. We both wrote out. We both wrote out a couple summer type horror movies, and we're gonna battle them against each other. Then we got a bunch of honorable mentions, and some people from social medias also gave their opinions on the matter. I'm gonna read off, so can't wait for that. We're also going to do after that. I'm going to bring in some ideas of just different magical properties of birch, because I got a birch Ouija board, and that'll be more later. Okay. Just a little teaser. Birch and glass.
That's
It's
where we're
old,
going.
okay? Okay,
So
so
I've got my own ideas about birch.
So
I've
here-
spent times in birch forests.
yeah. Oh,
Aspens.
let's not blow it. Let's
Well,
not
yeah,
blow
all right.
the load, Doss. Horror this week,
Let's
buddy.
go.
You got anything?
What else we got?
For the observant listener, you'll notice that we are recording 2 in a row, as we made it pretty
Yeah.
apparent last episode.
We're
so
back
horror this
immediately.
week we already went over, but I have a lot still to talk about. So if you don't got anything, that's okay. I got some junk.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
if I
then
have
maybe it'll jog something for you too.
Yeah.
First off, okay, I got some new magical items. I just mentioned the Ouija board. I mentioned some things last episode, like the EMF reader. Very excited to get that.
Yeah.
Another thing I did at a separate time, I went out, just like not necessarily searching for something cursed or haunted. I just wanted something strange. I just wanted to I don't know, flex my strange muscle. I just drove down Broadway, saw a couple of tent set up, like people selling stuff out of whatever.
Oh yeah, little sales.
Yeah, outside of shops, but not affiliated with the shops necessarily. I pulled over, and it was a couple different people selling different things under different tents or whatever. And at first glance, I didn't see anything, and then I stayed there for a while, chatted to each of them, and first off, I told them about the podcast a little bit. You know, after I made a purchase, I handed them our Game Boy business card and sticker just to get the word out. But I found some great stuff from them, so I'm gonna show you one at a time here.
Yeah, let's get into it.
First off, now this is before I start Dawson, the full thing. This is a small, very ornamental black frame, right? It's like a shadow box style, so there's about an inch of depth to this small frame, and it's about only 2 inches long, tall. Now in it, as Dawson can see, let's see if I can get it behind the light.
Ooh,
See that?
nice little bug.
It's a beetle. I don't have the exact type on me, but it's a beetle with a skull on its back. So it's there's a word for that patterning. This isn't it's not like a death's head moth or anything. This is it's an interesting face.
It kind of reminds me of an Also One face.
That's what I'm saying. It has a long, wide, kind of straight mouth and these 2 black indented eyes.
Yeah, Sandown Clown style.
Yeah. But it's just I'll maybe take a picture and post it on the media if y'all want to check it out. But it's the first thing was just this strange little framed bug. I know that you can find them a lot of places, but it was cool to find it in the wild. And there was some there were only a few there. This was the only skull one. There was a couple other cool looking ones. The other thing about this skull one is that it actually is from head to tail, meaning that mostly when you hang up a bug, you'd want the head to be on the top part, right?
Yeah,
to like be facing. But
That's
the skull is formed so
if it's
ass
coming,
is
if
the
it's
top
like
of
on the
head.
ground coming towards you, you see it looks like a skull.
Yeah, it looks like a skull, which is interesting. I thought too. It's just a different variation of that. So that's the first cool little thing I found. I was like, that's sweet.
Nice.
That's sweet. And I told him about the pop.
I love that. I love those. I have it's like I think 4 different butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
This is my first like
Having bugs
taxidermy
is nice.
bug like that. I've looked at a couple. I know me and Maya were looking at like a scorpion and different things.
Yeah, I like there's like tarantulas and stuff.
Down
I like
in
the big spiders.
like down in New Orleans, there's even and everywhere there's these things I guess. But we saw them down in New Orleans. They had like full like bats done up and it's like bat skeletons or like a snake skeleton, and that would be kind of sick. Maya's not super into bones necessarily, but I think they're cool. So
bones are pretty rad.
Just gotta keep
I think
them.
they're pretty neat. I have some bones around my house.
So that's item number 1. This cool bug thing I got.
Nice.
Item number 2.
Very
grab
cool.
That now.
Item 2.
Item 2.
Okay.
So this is a bone.
Yeah.
This
here
is
we go.
what is called a witch's needle.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what
this
does
is
that do?
So this was used in like by like Norse cultures actually. Like it's like Viking prominent. It's just for rituals and stuff. I think
cool.
like some people use like knives and stuff, different things. It's not for really. I don't know. I mean,
It looks like almost like a primitive like tattoo.
It does. It's what this is, people. This is a small, like long straight, small but like straight and long bone, kind of skinny, but it's cut in the middle, and in where the marrow used to sit, they put a porcupine quill, and that's what the needle part coming out is. I'll post a picture of this too. Then it has a black dyed pigskin leather wrap around it, and then it has this obsidian stone at the head of the bone. This is used for different rituals, and I guess like I don't know, very cool to find because the couple I talked to there, it was this older couple, probably in their like late 50s, 60s, whatever. They're young at heart still though.
Yeah.
They were just selling all this stuff. The guy had handmade this, and they were like full practicing heathens, like pagan. Like they would probably not. Heathen is like a hit or miss word if you want to call yourself that. But they do like Norse paganism.
Yeah.
And
They're
that
like the old.
Yeah,
the older religions.
So we talked kind of at length for that. I busted out my Loki stuff.
Yeah.
Talking about like Segan, his wife, and all that, and they loved it. You know, they were totally in tune with it. I don't know if they loved it. They also just like selling stuff, and I'm just like totally yelling at
obviously them. Are interested. They like similar interests, you know.
I didn't want to say
probably
they loved
nice
it because
when
I don't.
like
They
can talk to someone who like kind of has like some knowledge about it too, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if they're listening now from me giving them the card, I want to say hello, but I also want to say if you didn't love my banter, I don't want to put those words in your mouth. But this is a really I can't wait to use this for its specific rituals. I'll have to look up some things. There was a few different needles made from different bones. There was different types of stones in there.
That's cool.
Some were just shaped differently.
So like, what kind of rituals?
Specifically,
yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at like Norse cultures as a whole, like we don't know a lot about what they did.
Yeah.
So it's a lot about reconstructing and looking into. What I would use this for right now. I would use it in place of like a knife or like I forget, like there's like a specific word, you know, a witchy more word for it. But there's these like small, like I have a dagger out there with I believe like the air sign like carved into it, like wood burned into it that I made. And because they also all these different symbols relate to different elements, basically. Maybe I got the element on that one wrong. I would probably use this in place of that. It's like a sharp object, but also, I mean, it's because it's for like you could sew with this thing. So I mean, maybe it'd be for like a creation type spell. The obsidian on it is that's mostly like purification and like demon like entrapment kind of like you could like trap something in this. So if you wanted to use it for that purpose, I think. Maybe I want to bring it with for like any of our future endeavors.
We're gonna want to have that around, I think.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Armed.
I'll take a picture. It's a small little, like I'm holding it. It's about the size of my hand from like base of the hand to like the tip of my finger.
Yeah.
It's not like a long object, but it's very, and it's, you know, let you hold it. It's pretty. It's not, you know, it's pretty fragile. It's just like a porcupine's needle stuffed into a bone, and it's
very cool.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe I found it. Honestly, I was like, this is
sharp,
crazy. Yeah, it's sharp. First off, it's sharp. I mean, I could draw blood with that, no problem.
No, that's why. Like my first thought was like, dude, this is like a stick and poke shit, almost.
Yeah.
I don't know how Vikings tattooed themselves. We know they did for sure. But I imagine
Very
they
well
were using,
could've
they like
been.
made an ink and they used something similar to that.
Yeah, but that's like with all Norse culture, it's just all like so many of those different.
You kind of have to just imagine
got just kind of destroyed because they were gone wood or they were like molested by Christianity into becoming a different spell entirely.
Because the Christian like English and all that, they really try to destroy all that history pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, evil or whatever to them,
Yeah.
Not that, I don't want to say it was good or bad, but.
Oh, okay. One second.
Okay. yeah. Scared me.
Yeah. We do have a wolf in the house, so I'll probably cut that out a little bit, but my dog did just do like a full on howl.
Yeah,
like
big
a wolf's howl. He doesn't bark that often at all, so it is weird. He must have heard somebody in the hall. Hey, well, but maybe he just got spooked by the witch's needle.
Yeah.
It is. A lot more on this at some point as I discover more things, but that's that.
That's a good one.
For next up, this is actually something that I just found in my old supplies, but I remember buying it at the same similar place. This isn't magical in the sense of otherworldly, besides that it's an original set of the X-Files Showcase Volume 1, like TCG, like it's a pack of unopened cards. 9 premium quality cards, okay? 6 classic episodes, 72 card series here. This is Volume 1. This is from Topps.
Damn.
It's a nice old card
You'll
series.
have to get a video of that.
Now this has
that on like a.
If I open it, man, I don't know.
Well, that. If you ever do that, you got.
Yeah, I gotta get in a video. These now for the X-Files heads out there, these cards contain pictures from the episodes: The X-Files Pilot, Deep Throat, Squeeze, Ice, Fallen Angel, and the Erlenmeyer Flask. Now those are definitely all from season 1. Some of those are right in a row. The first couple episodes. Squeeze is one of my favorites.
Squeeze is good.
Yeah. Just cool to like find that again, like this nice unopened pack of just like old X-Files cards.
Cool.
I don't think that's worth anything. I just think it's very neat.
It's a good one to keep. It's a good keepsake.
Good keepsake. And then last but not least, not something I bought recently, but I did just pull it out again because it's getting to be that time of year. It's the Halloween Tarot. Excuse me. That's created by Kipling West. You can look that up. Just a beautiful art style, old like 50s, 60s style colors and art of these old Halloween costumes. It's got what does it say here? I know it's got pumpkins, bats, ghosts, and imps as the minor arcane suits, and then it's got a bunch of spooky characters for the major arcana. Again, not something that I procured this week.
Yeah, I almost bought a tarot card deck the other day.
No, which one?
What was it? It's like classic one. It's like gold. It's like yellow.
Yeah, the rider.
Yeah. I really like that style. That's like my favorite style. I like tarots that like, that kind of just like whatever. I don't know how to describe that art style.
Yeah, I got the.
You know what I'm talking about.
I put the lover's card behind like a resin. Like glitter, as like some like gold dust in there, and that was hung up at our wedding. Remember that one? That was that little thing. Yeah, cool. So those are just some of the things I found this week. Again, I also got the EMF reader, and it was a good week for spooky stuff.
Oh yeah, well,
and then a little later,
content with all this shit too.
Yeah, and then a little later, I do want to go over probably the thing I might be most excited for. It's not here yet, but it's an older Ouija board, again made out of birch and glass. So a lot of new Ouija boards are like resin or plastic, which is fine, but there's something with these qualities that I want to talk about a little later. Movies this week, you remember the movie Twister?
Yeah, Twisters is another one now.
Yeah, we got twins.
Which
he yells out the window when there's two in the first one. I watched Twister.
Well, dude,
2 weeks ago because it came on Netflix.
A musician I like, Charlie Crockett. He like did a song, like a title song for Twisters.
Oh yeah.
Or it's not a title song, but it's like in the soundtrack. But it's he like did like a version of Ghost Riders. He's kind of like a country western kind of a guy.
That's sick.
Very nice.
That's sick.
Very cool like music video with it too. I love tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to throw out my honorable mentions as like a horror.
I know. I almost put it in
summer horror.
I almost put it in the summer horror, but I was like, I wanted to talk about it up top. So
yeah, it deserves its own like little.
You want to know something else?
What else we got?
Well, as of yesterday, which is not going to be in tune when this actually releases, it was 100 days till Halloween. I was seeing a lot of posts about it. A lot of different like card pumpkins that said like 100 days. I don't know. It was all, I don't know, like different images just put up there. That's something real fast. The Blair Witch Project is 25 years old.
Yeah.
And what a great summer movie that is.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
that was another one I did.
Kind of late summer.
I left off my honorable mentions, but it is like
kind of late summer, but
well, because I think I looked it up because it comes at, I think it's like it came out early September.
Mm-hmm. Well, the setting, even in the hills they're in, like the leaves are all mostly fallen, I believe.
It's like getting there, yeah.
We'll have to watch that one again because the sequel that I feel like is hit or miss for some people, but it's just called Blair Witch. Came out a couple years ago. That's a
summer one too.
That's a summer one. That it's all green.
Everything's green in that one.
That one I do love. I want to definitely watch that by the end of summer. I got both those on the Blu-ray
very good.
out there. Yeah.
Well,
a couple other things this last week. I did get that zine finalized. I showed you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, very nice.
I'll show you the full copy at some point here. But I got it. I got 25 copies of those printed, and I have these little plastic sealer things too that I put them in. They look really nice. I put those up on the Etsy for a very reasonable amount of money. I was thinking about maybe just putting like the PDF file up on Etsy to buy for like $1 or $2, and then that'll be at the different conventions we're going to, and I'm probably just going to try to hide some around town. There's the Information Cafe up on Broadway in South Denver area, a local kind of comic book shop. I was going to put some there, and then possibly if I could get some. And again, shout out to Horrid, the horror shop in South Denver area. Love them. Just in the very beginning of talking to them about trying to get some of the art there, and I think the zine would fit really well.
That's a good one in there.
just to get the word out. Again, this week, it just finalized a conversation with the Shaws, Leslie Shaw and her husband, about coming on for a nice interview about their Alien book. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out probably next week.
Yeah, were we doing that? That's on Sunday?
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, next Wednesday.
We're doing a morning interview.
Yeah. Perfect. I do because I have Wednesday off, so perfect.
Yeah, 9 a.m. We're gonna be spitting fire with some wonderful folks. So and shout out to y'all if you're listening in now. But can't wait to have you on. And Nandesu-kan. You know, maybe I did the order of this wrong. I talked about some real shit before I started talking about the next steps. But Nandesu-kan is the convention.
Coming up quick.
Make sure to show to that at the end of August. Beginning of September if you're in the Denver area. Yeah, and then keep an ear to the ground on all the socials because we're going to be at some conventions this spooky time.
We're doing more. We're trying to get into more.
Trying to get into more. Now
we're active out here.
Now we're at one moment.
Almost coming up on a year anniversary too.
Yep. We almost got the 1 year anniversary. That's about a month and a half out. But yeah, we're almost a year old here at Pumpkin Hill. And I finished the my book of short stories. I just have the author copy coming to me right now. It's actually getting delivered today. That's called Obscura and Worlds Beyond, a collection of strange tales. So that'll be on. I gotta publish it through Amazon, the KDP, the Kindle Direct Publishing, whatever. But I'm gonna buy some, and then put them on the Etsy, and I'll sign them or just whatever. I'll put some fun. If you buy it from the Etsy, I'll probably throw like some fun stickers in there and stuff.
Throw like a zit in
if you buy it from Amazon, I can't help you because that's all like shipping directly from their factories. But yeah,
I'll make sure to there or something.
I'll try to do a shout out of that for a couple episodes here now because those are stories I worked on for a while now, and they were sitting in the trunk, in the old trunk for a while, and I wanted to bust them out somewhere.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
gotta get them out.
I want to. I'll probably do readings of them and put them on the Patreon at some point, along with all the Goosebumps stuff. Again, I did buy about 25 Goosebumps books. I'm going to start reading those. Probably put a few of them on the main feed, just as like bonus episodes, and I'm going to try to just filter those into the Patreon, just to get some fun content out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Sweet.
Okay, so here we are with this now, Dawson.
What is it? We're doing the movies now.
Let's do the movies thing. So what me and Dawson have done. We've both picked 3 summertime horror movies. Now that was a broad statement. It was like, are they made in the summer? Do they make you feel like summer? It could be anything. So we both brought 3. So that's 6 movies we're bringing to the table, and we're gonna walk away with only 3 on the table. So we're gonna throw them down. We did not look at each other's. We just have them written down on index cards, and we're gonna throw one down at a time against each other. We'll probably talk a little bit about them, and then like pick which one is the ultimate summer movie out of those. And then when we get a list of 3, I'd like to really rank those as well. Yeah. Beyond that, we have honorable mentions we both wrote, and then again, there was
you gotta mention.
There's ones you gotta mention, ones that you're already thinking about.
We're probably gonna have some similar ones.
I know it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they just were all the same. That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the odds of that, but. And then their follow along Pumpkinhillradio on Threads or any other social media. I was asking the community what some of their summertime horror movies were, and I got some good answers, so I wanted to bring those up as well. All
right,
Dawson.
Well, I'm thinking, okay, if we have repeats, I feel like that's automatically goes in the next round. Right?
So do you want to throw them down on the table at the same time?
Let's just get them on there. I'm gonna throw in all 3.
One at a time.
One at a time.
We're going. So they're gonna battle.
Are we going top to, or what's your strategy?
Okay, so me and Dawson did also order these 1 through 3
power levels for.
Let's do 3 to 1, so we get ultimate ones battling. Go. All right.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, so I've thrown down The Lost Boys.
That's a good one.
Dawson.
I put down It.
Now, which one? Is that the original or is that the?
I think this one. I think I was looking
2?
at the wiki of like the one that. The part 1 of like the
newer ones.
Dude,
that's a nice one. I remember seeing that. I believe in the summer with some friends.
Yeah, I think it came out in like the middle of July.
So The Lost Boys, I always try to watch around Halloween time. That's always been like a Halloween movie. But the more I was looking at it, it's in the middle of summer.
No, it's summer
in California.
Vacation.
It's a summer. Well, they moved to this place. I think. I gotta watch.
Yeah,
it.
He's a new kid. I think.
It's a new kid, and it's just a total summer bash. You get
because they're at like the fair.
They're like the pier.
The boardwalk kind of thing. You know,
it's all set on the ocean. There's like it's major summer vibes even without realizing it.
The
so
dirt bikes, all that.
From now on,
dirt bikes on the beach.
Yeah, that's a summer vibe.
That's summer.
So
vibe,
I'm going to now start watching that in the middle of summer. I'll try to watch that by the end of the week.
That's a good one. Because
I tried to.
I could definitely be Kiefer Sutherland for Halloween.
Yeah.
I think I could do that this year.
You could.
I never do anything for Halloween though, but
last year
I would be in Greece for
that,
Halloween, but that's all right.
Last year you wore that to dress up in Greece, dude. That's the only one.
Go
trick or treating.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? I don't know. Someone would get it.
Someone will take me in for that.
Anything you want to say about it?
Yeah, I think it's just a good fucking horror movie. Summer horror. I think like because it has that like clown. Like, you know, it kind of has like the like fair, fest,
clown,
summer fest,
very
vibe.
summery,
and just like I don't know, man. It's like one of those. It's like almost like a cosmic horror, like what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, it definitely is.
It has that like just like, cause it's that like deep ancient like, just evil.
And it is. I guess it's
dark.
Does it start with like last day of school or something? Right?
Yeah.
It's like it does. That's like one of the opening parts is last day of school. Summer's here, boys.
Summer is fear.
Yeah,
you know
it is. Yeah, dude, good pick.
Yeah,
not even one I really thought of. I would say, like,
no, right?
Well, you want to just
let's go next one.
Wait,
all right. We don't have to rank them yet.
Okay, we'll keep them on the board here.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Because at some point, three of these are dying.
Yeah. Let's get them all out there.
Okay. We're throwing down our number 2 picks.
Deliverance, dude. Cabin
Fever and Deliverance. Dawson.
So I almost it was between these two kind of for me.
Dawson, you want to say something about Deliverance here?
Deliverance. It's like it's a thriller. I consider it horror, but it's very like based in reality. Like there's nothing like supernatural about it, but it's just like it's just about dudes from like Atlanta, businessmen. They're going on a kayaking like camping trip in the wilderness, and there's some like local folk in the mountains that find them and like just fucking They really
I gotta catch up on that
through.
one. I'm not sure if I've seen it.
It's very it's
I'm not
there's
sure
some
if I've
disturbing scenes. There's like there's a man-on-man R scene.
Oh man,
it's terrible.
Yeah,
but it's like whew, scary. I remember watching it. I remember the first time seeing it when I was probably too young to watch it, and it left an impact of like, damn it.
Yeah, that's a tough.
So, you know, you're like a city slicker trapped in the woods, and then you're like outnumbered by these guys. And they just like got you. They got like guns to you.
Yeah, that's horrible. You're very scary.
Good luck.
That's summertime horror. Yeah,
you're like you're also like lost in the woods.
Yeah. Well, I pulled out Cabin Fever. That was a early 2000s movie, I think. Maybe sometime in the 2000s.
I think it was like 2002.
Yeah, what a good year.
I was looking at it. Yeah,
what a good year.
A lot of good stuff in 2000.
America is in recovery.
Everyone's like together.
Yeah.
Everyone's united.
Why was that?
yeah.
Cabin Fever, for the those that don't know, go and pick it up. I bought it. I actually didn't watch it until a year or two ago. I believe we covered it on the pod a while ago. But I bought this like box of like 20 deep horror DVDs randomly, and it was in there. I watched it. It's people going to nothing more horror-y than just a cabin in the woods, right?
Yeah.
That's literally the name of a different horror movie. It's an honorable mention.
Sorry
if I doesn't name the last one, but so Cabin Fever is a group of friends that go up to a cabin. So there's somebody that's like, somebody comes in with like a strange illness, or there's like some weird dude infected with something that kind of wanders into their area. A dude is like, I think he's like pissing out in the woods. And the dude kicks the infected man into the river or into this like well where the town nearby gets all their water, and the water slowly gets infected because the dude just dies down there. And I think he even sets him on fire and shit. It's pretty gruesome. And then basically they're like slowly realizing that stuff is happening, and people slowly are getting this like crazy rash and like skins falling off of them. But like
bleeding out
two of the guys in the cabin, they made this bet that was like, I bet you can only drink beer all weekend. So it's they're not getting it because but they're also drunk as fuck. It is in the 2000s, so there's some pretty
it's like a horror comedy.
You know? But it's good, but it's really good
creepy.
though. In horror and comedy, they hold hands so much.
That's the thing.
But it's again, if you're gonna go watch it, it is made in the 2000s. There's some real dodgy wording. There's like full F's drop. There's like some full, but there's like
a different time.
It's a different
time. R-rated movie.
Yeah, it's an
R-rated movie. But
it's also,
man, I mean, it's been around for a while. There's a lot of those out there where you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think there's some of that in Freddy vs. Jason. I think like one of the people is like, disparaging Freddy for like being gay.
I mean, even
for like thinking, I don't know what
like
it is.
Donnie Darko, even you like
it's all
but it's like the point though.
Yeah,
it's like
it fucking gets your mind like
you get to like
I'm like I get like whew.
Well, because if you're in like a horrific situation, there's no filters. People are gonna get like really. You're gonna get peel the layers back on people. You know,
dude. Okay, so far we got The Lost Boys, Cabin Fever, and Deliverance. I'm feeling like the summer vibes already.
Damn,
we got a lot more.
I like our like they're similar.
They are
settings also.
They are a
little bit. I don't know.
All right, we got our number one picks.
Here we go.
I've been like picking at this one. It's like this. By the time this index card hits the table, it's like ripped up a little bit. From my just like proclivities. All right.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so Dawson put down Jeepers Creepers. Excellent. Picked.
Yeah.
And I put down Friday the 13th, Part 4.
Part 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could argue that almost all these Friday movies. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to jump into this?
You go. Yeah.
So you could argue that mostly all the Friday movies are set in the summer.
Yeah.
It's a summer camp usually. At one point, he goes to hell and Manhattan and space, but is it always summer in space? It's always summer in space.
Yep.
You know, sun's out.
Yep.
Suns are out.
Summertime forever. Summer forever.
So that Jason X is still summertime. But okay, Friday the 13th Part 4. Because I was wavering. I was like, which one do I pick? This is like one of my favorite series. This is one of my must-watch. I usually watch.
Jay, I didn't add that to any of my honorable mentions either because I had a feeling you were probably going to mention it. I tried to do some that like weren't going to be mentioned.
I appreciate
by
that.
You know, try to get it like the broad spectrum.
So yeah, Friday Part 4.
Yeah.
This is the one where we have the person that comes to camp that is hunting Jason. So while there's regular campground activities and Jason killings, there's also some dude kind of camping on site with a rifle. And I believe it's maybe one of the guys from the past 3 films. It might be. Yeah. It's not the
Survivor.
I'm a little. I haven't watched any of these this summer yet. I got to get down to the brass tacks and get to this.
Get these on.
But yeah, it's is he the kid? Is it the mascot? Who's the guy? The little kid. Okay, because a part of Part 4 is
it's like when he gets the mask, right?
So Part 4 might actually be the first one where Jason is wearing the iconic mask because it does take.
Or does he get it in he gets it at the end?
He gets it at the end of 3.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. He puts it on.
Now Part 4 is called The Final Chapter.
Yeah.
Okay. There's 10 of these things.
It's not even halfway.
Yeah, not even halfway through.
Well, that's the end of chapter 1.
Yeah,
is part 4.
It's here. I gotta look up the name. I'll cut this part out right here because I want to.
Yeah.
The name of this kid because I'm gonna feel really dumb if I don't. You're gonna know it right away. Okay, the name I was thinking of is God damn it! I started talking too early.
And we're back.
Corey Feldman.
Corey
Feldman. He starts as a young boy in the final chapter. That's part 4. And it's not like any text that says part 4. That's the 4th one. Mm-hmm. It's only called the final chapter. So Corey Feldman is a young kid in this one, and he is he's making these cool latex masks kind of separately, and like I think at the time they were setting up to maybe he would become the new blood.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, but I don't think that doesn't end up happening between 5 and 6. He comes back. That character of this little kid does come back after going to a mental asylum. And then he's the one that actually in part 5 or 6, he digs up Jason to burn him, to actually like burn the body. And then when he digs him up, though, he throws a spear into Jason's heart, and then the spear gets shot by lightning. And then Jason comes back as a zombie.
Yeah,
and
at that point, he's like a god.
And at that point, Jason is unkillable, unflappable. Because he's like he gets put down. He gets put down at some point between these movies, and then he comes full back. Actually, and then part 5 or 6, I forget. But there's like just a gruesome the beginning part where it's them digging up Jason. There's like it's all practical effects still, and it's like the dude playing Jason in the ground is wearing a full mask of worms. Full. I can see it so clearly when I close my eyes. It's just
disgusting.
Just probably 300 worms just all over his face, just wriggling and shit. And
Ucky.
And at this point he does have his iconic mask, which again does not come around for the first 3. We did the episode a long time ago. I made y'all guess when that mask shows up because everybody thinks it's like whatever
it's
one.
It's not original.
Yeah. So part 4. The final chapter, Friday the 13th. Dawson, what do you got?
Jeepers Creepers. Okay, Jeepers Creepers. It's got Justin Long and I forget the female actress, but they're like brother and sister. They're like going. I haven't watched it in a while. I'm just
early
like
early 2000s again. Yeah.
Early 2000s. They're like going back home from college and
Yep.
they're driving through basically what looks like Iowa, Nebraska.
And it looks like the hottest fucking
Wisconsin,
day of the year. I can see like the heat coming off the road.
It's like hot road trip in the middle of these cornfields. No other cars around. They're kind of just like lost. This is before you have like a phone.
Yeah.
Maps.
They have like a shitty map that they do not have unfolded.
They're kind of just lost
in
in
their
this
glove
like
box. Yeah.
Very remote, like rural, just like fields and like very few buildings. So like, and then all of a sudden they come across this like old truck, like starts following them. Yeah, I know at one point Jason gets thrown into like a pit. They get thrown in this like little like.
That's
almost like
a little more near the end. They definitely end up in a pit that's like made out of bodies.
It's a storm shelter, but it's
like
like
bodies hung up everywhere.
Yeah, and they're all like sewed up and like.
Yeah.
He's basically So this monster,
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers
The
is
monster's
like
name.
Taking people's eyes. Well, that's the thing too. Is like the Jeepers Creepers song comes on.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
And that's like
Finish that.
Where'd you get them peepers?
Nice.
Yeah, because he's taking people's eyes.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I don't know. Just a classic for me. Classic.
You don't see that come up too often because I'm pretty sure the director was like thrown out of Hollywood for
probably
something. I don't know exactly what. I know there's been a couple different sequels that come out that just never really hit again.
No,
yeah. But yeah, that's a great.
The original
pick.
Jeepers Creepers.
I almost wrote that down. I wasn't too far off my radar, but
it's out there. But that was it's like one of my favorites. I think. Such a fucking disturbing.
So here's the hard part. We have
go?
6. We have 6 here. We have The Lost Boys, Cabin Fever, Friday the 13th Part 4. We have It, Deliverance, and Jeepers Creepers. There's 6 here. We need to walk away with 3. Dawson, make the first move. Which one? Which one are? And I think we have.
For me, I think Cabin Fever beats Deliverance.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Just off the bat. Yeah.
And I think it is maybe a better representation of just that, like, they get out of school, the last day of school. That's like when summer hits you so hard as a kid.
That's like.
And The Lost Boys, I've been mostly watching it around Halloween. I didn't figure out until lately that I'm like, I should be doing this summer. So I'm going to take away The Lost Boys.
All right.
Now, there's a pretty obvious choice here, but I'm wondering if it's as obvious as it should be. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I need to do. I need to walk out of here with Friday on top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because that's...
Now, where do 2 and 3 go in that, and which are the 2 and 3? Because I do like, because besides Friday, which we'll put over here as number 1, we need to pick 2 out of these 3. We have It, Cabin Fever, and Jeepers Creepers. If we're looking at popularity, I might toss out Cabin Fever.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's good
for me.
It's
for me,
good.
it is, but I don't know if like anyone else holds it there.
But It is beginning of summer, good ass feels,
hot ass one.
All right, Jeepers Creepers. It looks like the hottest day of the year. Cabin Fever. There's like some very hot points. I'm gonna throw out Cabin Fever.
All right.
But okay, Friday's the top. So where does it go? Where do It and Jeepers go? Who's on? Who's second and who's third?
See, I'd almost put It as number 2. And we throw Jeepers Creepers at a hot number 3.
Okay.
I think that's a strong.
Okay, so
I think that's pretty strong. For
you want to lock that in, Doss? Are you gonna lock that in?
Lock that in.
All right, we've locked it in now. I
like those picks.
Number 3 for the summertime horror feels is Jeepers Creepers. Number 2 is It. That's It Part 1 of the new series, which I agree with. That's a really nice one. I love the old one too, but it goes so long.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like it gets draining, which is maybe the point of it. And then I had to do it. Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. You can pretty much fill in the blank with any of the parts for that one.
Maybe like the just all time.
Part 4 is very fun though. Part 4 is just nice and fun.
Oh yeah.
So that's a nice job, Doss.
Part 4 is good. Nice.
That's going in the Hall of Fame. Maybe we'll do that again next year.
All right. You want to list off some honorable mentions?
Yeah.
So the first one I have as my honorable mention is The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, great pick.
Great one. Just another ucky, disturbing one.
Ucky, it's like you're like I'm picturing these people like so sweaty from the summer heat that the dust from the mountain is like, or from the hills are like, you're kind of caked in that dust.
It's like it's a sandy mud dust all over you, and then there's a lot of like weird incest
and hell
like,
breaks loose.
Yeah, it's nasty. But so there's that. All right.
I did write Cabin in the Woods, actually.
Yeah,
I called it out earlier. Cabin in the Woods.
That is a good one.
It's kind of just it's not a parody, but it's just like it's every horror movie in one movie.
Yeah.
And of course the setting
summer though.
Yeah. Yep. Go check that out if you haven't. It's a fun movie. It's a really fun movie. What do you got, Doss?
I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Classic summer movie. The original.
Yeah, I was
from 1974.
I know. I was reading at some point, like the actors and people filming it in the house. They're filming it like there was no AC there, and it was like over 100 degrees while filming it.
No, it's like you get the full like you fully understand it's Texas in the middle of summer.
Texas underneath like
in July, late July,
hot lamps for.
Probably it's like humid.
Yeah.
But also just like blazing hot.
God.
And then also,
and
Chainsaw Massacre.
Your fucking face gets cut off.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then that one that I watched.
Stinky someone is wearing like a skin mask.
Yeah. And then actually the new Netflix one, I think it's called either Texas Chainsaw or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
I watched it with Mitch not too long ago.
Which I just wrote Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, could be any of them. That newest one, pretty solid, and it's set in the middle of Texas and a fucking hot day again.
Yep.
They do a good job of making you feel very uncomfortably warm.
Stinky, sticky, gross.
I brought 47 meters down.
Ooh.
Uncaged.
Uncaged, yeah.
So I was like... Because,
nice.
okay, and if you look here, I wrote Jaws.
See, I actually have Jaws.
I wrote Jaws and I crossed it off.
See, I have Jaws also.
About both these.
So I'll just toss that down already.
Yeah, so Jaws, you need at least one shark flick. If you go through all my recommended videos
I actually have another shark one. The Meg is also on there.
Perfect. It's a shark summer.
Yeah. Because, these are great.
They're
nothing more like summer horror than like the deep creatures of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Usually it starts with there's usually like a whole beach scene.
Oh yeah, there's a huge beach. It's like busiest beach in the heat of summer.
Someone's always in their swim trunks.
Oh yeah, bikinis.
Bikinis.
What else? That's about it.
And just the terror of sharks. If you look at my recommended watching on any like Netflix or Hulu streaming right now, because it was a Shark Week, I think all my recommendeds are like shark horror things or like even the shark documentaries. Yeah, I was like, me and I were looking for something to watch last night before landing on one of the episodes of House of the Dragon that we're on now, or whatever. Which I don't know if that is horror. It's more politics. But we were
Goldie put that on the other day. Yeah, I was getting into it.
It's great. Yeah,
I feel really represented by the Targaryens.
Whitest hair. Yeah, the Targaryens just have this. Yeah. These white.
Like,
white
nice.
Hair.
These are my people.
That's your bloodline. Yeah,
these are my people.
That truly is. But yeah, the sharks are in full effect. Get your shark on now. Yeah. I definitely want to watch at least one shark documentary. Just to
it's
bring
like it's probably like Shark Week or something.
47 Meters Down, 2 or Uncaged. I really like that one because it's all set. It's like most of it's set like at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Which is nowhere I ever want to be.
It's just so bad. It's just so bad.
It's like terrifying down there. I have one more honorable mention. I felt like we couldn't do summer horror without Midsummer. It's just like almost too on the nose, but
I thought you might bring that.
It's a very well made, very big summer.
Same person that made Hereditary went on and made that the next year.
Very
or two.
Just like mind fucky, just trippy, weird, spooky. Yeah, just like some really intense like gore too. That like practical effects, just like.
Midsummer. That movie. There's not ever darkness.
No, yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like
a. Summer.
That's like the opposite to 28 Days a Night.
Yeah.
And it's like that Alaskan vampire movie where it's dark for 28 days or whatever. Or whatever it is, 30 Days a Night maybe.
Well, it's 28 days later, then there's 28 weeks later, right?
Yeah.
Or no.
Well, those are separate.
That's a different one.
I think it's 30 Days of Night.
30 Days a Night. That is right.
But it's that Alaskan vampire movie where it's all dark. So this might be, if we're going to say what the opposite of these movies are, which might be a fun thing to do a different time. Yeah, Midsummer. Just an always on.
That's like the creepiest part almost too. It's like it's constantly sunny.
Yeah.
And like you think about like if you're going into a place they're like eating like mushrooms immediately, just munching mushrooms.
Yeah, but
if you start like a weekend somewhere or like you're staying a week somewhere.
With no perception of time, like the things in the sky are not moving,
and you're like automatically tripping on mushrooms.
That would throw you off so hard.
That's like that. The way that like sets it up like that is like very like. That like got me pretty invested immediately. I'm like, all right, well, and then the whole time there's like, if you like look at like the forest and stuff, there's like weird like, it's like swirling kind of, you know.
Yeah, it's made to like,
it's like the visuals of like we're tripping right now. Mm-hmm. Don't forget you're on mushrooms right now a little bit,
dude. Excellent job. You got one more?
No, okay. Put that one over there.
Let's say
that was my.
You did a lot of homework here. Okay, we got the official one. I'm going to keep those right here. The other ones we'll burn at the stake.
Yeah.
Great job. I do recommend watching every movie we just listed off, although there could only be 3 of the winners.
They're all good movies. Yeah. I mean, you've probably seen all of them, honestly. If you haven't, though,
but
check it out.
Horror fans, horror lovers, a lot of us have that deep-seated anxiety where just watching something familiar is really necessary once in a while. So these are just something to hit in the summertime to get you feeling right. Mm-hmm. Bring you back to the old
there's so
days.
Many, too. It's like, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of these in a while. It's like you revisit it with this, which
we just listed. Like,
you revisit it and you're like, okay, there's some parts I forgot.
Like marathoning a few of these in a row, you're gonna feel that summer vibe though.
Oh yeah, well, because like you watch some when you're like a kid and you're like, you're from the kid's perspective, younger man's perspective, and then you like watch it,
Go ahead and
now it's like an old the someone else's perspective.
Go ahead and pick up any of the 2 we just read off and just watch those back to back, and you're gonna feel like you're in the middle of summer, especially if you pick Midsummer. Okay, Doss. Nice. Right. That went really well. We'll have to do things like that every once in a while.
Yeah, okay? I might need to take a bathroom break quick, and we'll get into
this has been Pumpkinhillradio. Come on back.
Stay tuned.
Well, hey, we're back. I'm Travis Wyrmwood. It's Dawson Trailer over there. This is Pumpkin Hill. Hope you enjoyed the break. At the end of a couple episodes ago, I put an original rendition of a song at the end of it, and I'm gonna maybe start doing that again, capping them with a song if it makes sense, just cause, and maybe I'll just start cutting little bits of that as the break. So before the break, we were talking about our summer horror movies, and we had some honorable mentions, and then on our social media, some people reached out with their horror movies Some of them said why. Some did. So I'm just gonna do this kind of quickly, but let's see here. TJ Tranchel. They said they said Friday the 13th Part 4. Okay.
Nice.
At that point, I was like, hell yes, me too. Okay. The Denim Dude 501 said Predator, the rock and roll hand. Fucking,
yeah, dude.
which,
put the horns up for that.
Yeah, the first one. I mean, that's a bunch of just thick ass boys getting sweaty in the middle of the jungle. It's getting so bad. So Predator, I say hell yes. This the Scaredy Cats podcast. That's Scaredy Cats with a K for cats. They said we love to watch the first Conjuring during the summertime. Ooh. Okay, so Conjuring, it's a nice dusty one. Yeah. And the Hyper Canon, that's at the Hyper Canon. Me and this person connected on a couple different medias. They write like horror. They write cosmic horror. So they said they write a mix of like H.P. Lovecraft, ancient mythology stuff, especially Greek, which that fits right into us. Cool. They're also, there's a shout out to them. They're working on a little short film right now and getting a full novel put out. So I'd love to connect with them a little more. But they said they always think of Evil Dead. Right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously
that's the cabin. And then they said Friday the 13th and Cabin in the Woods. So yeah, anything with the fucking cabin is it's gold right there, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's the Hyper Canon. What's up to them? That was good. Just talking to them. I'm gonna try to keep up and see their stuff. Got a couple more here. Someone said Jaws, which we shouted out already. That's nice. Let's see who said that. Ginger Nuts of H said Jaws. Okay. And maybe a couple more. Well, this person, Red_5, said Black Lagoon. Yeah. Right? So that was the one that I was... Yeah, they said, tough one. When I asked them what their summertime horror movie was, they said, during summer, I'll get in the mood for what I call adventure horror, right? Okay. So as they said, I don't know if it's an actual genre, but some movies like The Mummy. Yeah, any of them.
What about like Anaconda?
That's it. That they didn't list it, but that's kind of in that anything in the jungle too, right? Pretty much. Yeah, Black Lagoon, Creature from Black Lagoon, and the Night Creatures comes to mind. I have not seen that one. Have to check it out.
We'll have to check that one out because that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And then Sophie ML Pink said Cabin in the Woods. A couple other ones that just like the community has answered the call. Like I appreciate that.
Shout out to those people for answering.
Yeah, what's up? Hope you're listening. Hey, how's it going?
Good taste. Great
Dawson,
taste.
You want to get into the second meat of the podcast?
Yeah, let's get in the full sausage here.
So I left one thing. I made it. I said I had it, but I kind of left out the details of it. I got a Ouija board. Online through just some person that was selling it, but I really like what I saw. As I was going through so many of them, they're all made out of like resin or plastic these days. Some of the resin ones are cool because you can put like crystals in them and stuff. Yeah. But I think there's a nice resonance with the wood that I can get down with. And this was specifically a birch wood, and then the planchette, the little like upside down heart shaped thing that you used to get the letters and stuff with. There's actually like a glass whatever lens in there too, which is cool. Cause some of them are either empty or plastic. I was like, this is just nice and legit. So first off, I definitely want to bring that to some of these places we want to go, because I did want to. We've been talking about going on the road. You know, we got the ghost hunting gear. We just want to we got the little microphones to do this. We got the shout out to Ghost Maps. I always shout out the wrong name for it. Ghost Maps or Haunted Maps. They have a list of. Let me pull it up again here. I can cut that part out again too. Yeah, right. Yeah, shout out to Haunted Maps. It's a free app that just you can put in your location or look up any location really. It'll just show you different haunted locations, like in a circular radius going outward of like mile. You can you can see things that are 0.5 miles away to 50 miles away or whatever. Right. So I did that around here. There's a lot of local spots. There's that cemetery. There's a place that you were talking about where somebody that apparently had created the Ouija board is buried. Yeah. I'd love to take our Ouija board there.
Yeah, she made it.
Yeah. To whatever extent
it's out around. It's around this area. Which we'll do that someday.
Do that. There's the Melting Pot is haunted. That's a restaurant called the Melting Pot, and if it's not haunted, you could eat that cheese sauce. Then
I mean, we can go have some cheese
fondue.
See if there's ghosts.
Cheese and ghosts. Yeah. Worst case scenario, we eat a whole pot of melted cheese.
Worst worst thing that happens, we both go to a place we both haven't ever been and just have some nice.
And here's what I wanted to do also when we go to these locations.
Oh yeah,
I want to get little vials of the dirt from the spots and keep
grab
them separately and keep a couple samples on us.
Yeah, get like some. I think
it'd be good to collect that. Along with any other kind of resource,
some sort of organic matter from around this spot.
Just like a little dirt ain't gonna. You don't want to start peeling it's hard when everybody goes there and picks up the dirt. I guess there's no more dirt, but that's probably the easiest thing to take. It's not like a piece of
or like a little
paint.
Like stone.
I'm not trying to chip off a piece of a building or anything ever. Just like little unnatural thing that might have been there and kind of gathering the powers from that spot for an amount of time. Yep. It'd be nice to. It'd be nice to grab.
I like that.
This Ouija board though.
Yeah.
So I just did a little bit of research on birch in different cultures and things. As I go into it,
I want to hear what you say because I've never looked into it, but I've always had weird feelings about birch just from walking in birch forests and stuff. Because they have eyes. They
have these little knots in them that are.
It's very easy to get disoriented.
So in Celtic cultures, birch trees are considered a symbol of new beginnings and purification. It was believed to have powers to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune to those who planted it. The birch tree was also associated with the goddess Brigid, who was known as the goddess of fertility, healing, and poetry. There's some other Norse cultures up there that had I believe it's related to Freya. In Native American cultures, the birch tree was considered sacred. Okay, we love these kind of words.
So this is positive. They're
positive it was believed to have healing powers and was often used in medical remedies. The tree was also seen as a symbol of renewal and was used in rituals to mark the beginning of a new year and the start of a new life cycle. Now, right away, I just read something from Celtic culture and Native American culture. Separated by many
a entire ocean.
Separated by a large amount of water.
The Atlantic Ocean.
So right there, that's kind of bizarre that they just gathered the exact same information from it right away.
It's the same vibes off these trees.
In Christianity, the birch tree is associated with the concept of rebirth and renewal. All right, this is because the birch tree sheds its bark and appears to be born anew each year. So that's maybe why. The cycle is regeneration is seen as a symbol of resurrection of Christ and promises eternal life. Right. There are also some mentions of the Bible that part of the construction of the ark was made out of birch. It was made from acacia wood, but some scholars believe that the Hebrew word used for acacia could also refer to birch trees. All right. Yeah. In Norse mythology, the birch tree was believed to be the tree of the goddess Frigg, who is associated with love, fertility, and domestic life. Now, these birch trees were also associated with the god Thor, who's known for strength and power. Right, just all over the board, they're all kind of giving us the same thing. In Russian folklore, the birch tree is considered a symbol of femininity and fertility. It was often depicted in stories and arts as a beautiful young woman with long, flowing hair. Tree,
I'd say that's the spirit of the birch is a beautiful, fertile woman. Female of any type.
I just wrote, why are all these descriptions?
Seeing a doe, I think of a birch forest. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, visualize this. I'm seeing very nice green grass, thick, lush grass, green foliage. Maybe there's a doe with a couple fawns, and a beautiful golden-haired woman with a basket of flowers.
That's great, because the end of that description was that in Russian folklore, besides the long flowing hair, which I think I mentioned before you said that, it also says that it's associated with the goddess Mokosh, who was protector of women and children. So you just saw a doe and fawns.
Yeah.
I mean, right there. What are you gonna do? It's just a human consciousness thing. I know he didn't just read it off. He didn't see the notes for that.
And that's just my vibe. That's been my vibes about birch trees.
Right. In some cultures, birch trees are believed to be homes for fairies and other magical creatures. Badass. Okay. In others, birches are thought to be the gateways to the afterlife, right? And the bark is used to create charms and talismans to protect against against evil spirits.
Perfect material for a Ouija board.
Yeah. In Finland, the birch is believed to be the birthplace of the hero Valdomonin, who I looked up a little bit. He actually, Gandalf is basically based off of this legendary figure in Finnish folklore, as well as it's kind of based off of Merlin stuff, right? But basically, this story from Finland, this wizard was born from branches of birch tree and went on to become a powerful wizard and musician. Okay, this is just a lot of. Basically, I was just thinking it's just a really powerful thing to create a Ouija board with, to create something to talk to, to connect with other entities. In some cultures, birch trees are believed to be connected between they're the connection between the physical and the spiritual realm. Right, straight up.
Yeah.
And shamanic in shamanic traditions, for example, birch trees are used to create medicine drums and other ritual objects. It's like, yeah.
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 So there's like a very metaphysical aspect to birch trees.
Mm-hmm. In some traditions, birch trees are also used in divination practices. The leaves, bark, and branches of the trees are used to create divination tools such as runes or tarot cards.
Yeah.
These tools are used to gain insights in the future and connect to the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Well, birch has like a very interesting bark to it, too.
Yeah, it peels away like it does. Yeah, it peels away every year, like it said. It
is.
It's
very like...
Did you notice...
I was confused because I just wanted to look up... While you were saying that, I was looking up... Because aspens look very similar to birch trees, but they're different. Because they don't have that bark that peels back. Which is just, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. But
isn't it, like, obviously you look at a birch and, like, I guess it has these properties of its shedding and it's kind of renewing its...
Yeah.
But every single one of these cultures has almost the exact same interpretation and, like, spiritual use for it. Yeah. It's reminded me of things like copper. It's like, I love finding, like...
it's like there's something legitimate about it. There's something that, like, there's more evidence that says, like, the people get, like, vibes from birch trees that are the same vibe. It's like, okay, there's something to it then.
Yeah.
You know, if people are, like, unanimously just, like, yeah, the birch tree is, like, how you connect with the afterlife. It's
so the Ouija board with that...
it's powerful.
Should be good for us, I think.
I think that's going to be good. I don't think we're going to get cursed from that. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to come and possess us. I think it's going to bring in, like... positive.
I think so. I think
something is we're gonna learn something.
At least neutral. Like at least like
get
away from the window, Sabrina. Goddamn cats running.
Well, I think if we get something neutral, we can. I think that's a
flip
positive.
it. Yeah, that's
when we're talking about like the spirit realm.
Yeah,
I think neutral's taking that as positive.
Yeah, if we're on the and if the coin is void and sacred, if we're just right in the middle there, that'd be fine with me. And then one last thing about birch is like in the zodiac, it's associated with Aries. Right? I know you're going to Greece soon. Just good information to take with you. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's associated with new beginnings, courage, and leadership. So just goes along with that. And
so interesting, huh?
Again, like, and a lot of these tools, like you make runes or tarot cards out of birch bark. Yeah. That's not eternal. Like that has the shelf life to it, which is pretty cool. Like it's like there's a certain amount of energy imbued into it, and then it will like you do it with like the leaves, like if you're like casting leaves to like see futures, like there's a half-life to those. Like those will disintegrate at the end of the year. So I think that even like those specific leaves, the time when they come up with that all has something to do with it.
Yep. Yeah. And like, I don't know, you go in a birch forest, there's something like very mystical about it.
Yeah, if you find yourself only around these,
because they have like the eye kind of thing.
Yeah, what almost is like,
and they like scar, so you can like, it's like a type of tree that people like write like things into the tree, and it creates like a scar on it, and like
it'll like grow out from there.
So it'll like stay on like the tree as long as the tree's alive, basically.
That's true. And for a second I was thinking like the term tall whites.
Yeah, yeah.
Like tall white things with like eyes and like even that like owl shaped eye. Like
it's like that. Eye. They're watchers, you know.
Yeah, they are. I think it's a Gaia equivalent to some like extra being, extra dimensional being or whatever. But it is like another almost like you said that. I'm like it made me feel weird. I'm like tall white like.
Oh yeah,
it's just like those are like a type of like.
It's like this weird white. Like
Nordic. Well, that's like the Nordic. I'd say that's like the
Nordic
alien, right?
No, exactly. It's like okay.
Another thing on all these items that I picked up, I forgot to kind of say at the beginning. While I was finding these items around town, I came back and I did have like a parking ticket on my car.
Yeah,
I mean I did park in I think a fire lane.
Yeah.
But I want to say maybe it was part of a curse.
Well, sometimes I park illegally and I don't get tickets.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
That's a little maybe that doesn't directly connect. One thing I want to bring up for next episode, I want to talk a little bit about something called the Henderson lights. You heard about that?
What we got? What is
this?
That?
This is a light phenomenon, I believe, above Norway.
Okay.
And this probably deserves its own episode. So getting into it around the hour mark is funny, but this is it's a
give me something to research, I guess.
Yes, it's the Henderson lights. Are a series of lights that even this year 2024 scientists have done like research and seen it in the sky, but they cannot explain it. It seems to be and you'll love this, right? It's like some sort of plasmic event. Some sort of like something that we cannot explain, It's not
not
like a Northern Lights
It's
thing.
not Northern Lights.
It's like seeing like spheres and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
basically ball lightning and Kugelblitz type. I don't know.
So this is like a pretty
I gotta
regular
dig
thing.
I gotta dig into it. Yeah, it was
like a
reported
phenomenon that
from like
just-
the 70s, and like if you go there, like people were going there multiple times in the same year and just like seeing it. Like it's on
So
record.
this is Iceland?
Norway.
Norway. Okay.
Norway.
I do need to travel there eventually.
Yeah,
so.
same. It's my
we gotta go.
homeland. It's the and that's where
Calls
and
my
that's
soul.
like it seems like that's always been such a thin space in our reality too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where all the little people and the Hilda folk and
well, I know,
so many Norse myths and things.
I mean, this is a little off topic, but when my parents, I was born in Alaska. Well, a lot of Northern Lights up there. It was like, because it wasn't like south. It was like Fairbanks is like middle of Alaska. You know what I mean? It's like, like it's like it seems like a lot, but it's like 1,000 miles away from the Arctic Circle, basically. It's like it's right there.
Yeah.
So like that like midsummer and like 30 days, 30 nights.
It's all
like
in the
very,
same like line of longitude, right?
I was like,
Whatever it is.
my first years were like experiencing that. So like, because I moved down to the Midwest and like when I was like 4.
You might be thunder touched.
No, exactly. So like, my parents would tell me like, I don't really remember it much, but like the Northern Lights like made a noise.
Yeah.
There's like a sound. With it,
yeah. See that, and that's like
which is like, I don't know. That's just a cool thing to think about, I guess. But hearing the Northern Lights, that's something I feel like I don't hear people like explain when they see it. But it's like
there are ways to explain that.
That's like explained.
But something near to it, but different. That is not the same.
Yeah,
it was almost like, remember like a couple episodes ago, I very badly tried to explain this like plasmic phenomena from like our ancient past that looked like this weird, like humanoid creature, like thousands of feet tall. That then in every culture we have these weird glyphs of this like same looking thing.
Yeah.
This weird little creature thing with like a little wiener hanging down.
Yeah.
It's a very early like cave drawing even. It almost reminds me of like it's just weird event, and like you get us going on plasma, we won't shut up. So we gotta cut it off there, but.
We'll get into that. I gotta look into that. Yeah, because that's I would love to like see videos of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Do you want to
pictures or whatever?
Close it out here, Dawes. Nice job.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well,
follow us
like and
everywhere
subscribe.
through our link tree. You're gonna find that in the link below.
Smash the like button.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Give us 5 stars.
Hit that bell.
Yeah.
People. Shouts out Dubby for this one too. We had some Dubby.
Dubby.gg. Yep, we took down our orange cream.
Code StarMother 10%.
10% off your order at Dubby.gg. Yep, code StarMother.
Yep.
Look on the Etsy for pins, prints, and more. That's pumpkinhillradio.etsy.com. Use code SECRET for 25% off orders of $25 or more. You can check out. Send us your stories. Anything you want to talk about. Anything spooky.
Anything crazy. Send us a story. Maybe we'll get you on the pod.
Pumpkinhillradio at gmail.com.
Figure something out. Whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah, I think.
But if you got to share something and you just want us to talk about it, we'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll feature you, whatever you want.
Feature you. Yeah, we won't. We'll keep you anonymous. Who knows?
Oh, we won't. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you're new listening, hey, good to see you again. Yeah. We have been getting steadily more viewers on YouTube, which is not our flagship application. It actually is like a secondary post.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that, getting a few more subscribers on there pretty much every time we post. So, hey, what's up to y'all? Glad to have you. And we're just going to keep on this train. Next episode that comes out is going to be our interview with the Shaws.
Yeah.
About their book on aliens. So stay tuned for that. And can't wait to see you next time.
Yeah.
Good one.
I love you.
Love you. That was Dawson Trailer. This is Travis Wyrmwood. You've been listening to Pumpkin Hill Radio.